Well, and it is a relief to the counties as the National Treasury has released 29.6 billion shillings to the county governments as equitable share of revenue for the month of March, following fresh threats of a shutdown by governors. For that business news, let me usher in our reporter, William Juma, with more.
The National Treasury has released 29.6 billion Kenyan shilling to counties as equitable share of revenue for the month of March, following fresh threats of a shutdown by governors.
Meeting with the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry to discuss the implementation framework for the county aggregation and industrial parks. We also engaged the Office of the Controller of Budget to discuss county budget implementation.
The Council of Governors Chairperson Anne Waiguru said the amount was disbursed on Wednesday.
And absorption of funds due to the delayed disbursement.
The county chiefs last week issued fresh threats to shut down operations in counties should the national government fail to release 94 million Kenyan shilling meant for the devolved units.
This is disbursements for the month of March, which amounts to 29.6 billion Kenyan shillings. Disbursements for the month of April is 33.3 billion Kenyan shillings. And the disbursement for the month of May is 31.45 billion Kenya shillings.
The National Treasury disbursed 29.6 billion March allocation yesterday on Wednesday. I assume the April and May allocations will follow soonest and as previously agreed, said Ms. Waiguru.
The Council has also deliberated on the implications of the proposed UHC model and termination of managed equipment services contract.
County governments are owed at least 94.4 billion Kenyan shilling outstanding exchequer disbursements. The outstanding funds are allocations for the months of March and April, with the May disbursements due more than a week ago.
The money for the month of March was supposed to be released on Monday this week, that's on the 15th. But we're not getting anything from the National Treasury, and that's why we have called for an extraordinary meeting.
The delayed disbursements are 29.7 billion Kenyan shilling for March, 33.3 billion Kenyan shilling for April, and 31.4 billion Kenyan shilling for May 2023.
What shutting down of counties mean is we'll not be able to deliver services. Will not be able to deliver medical services. Workers will not be able to come to work. They will stay home. Our ECD and county polytechnics will be closed. So basically there will be nothing happening.
The Senate County Republic Investments and Special Funds Committee had invited Professor Ndungu to appear before them on Tuesday next week to explain the continued delays. Committee Chair Godfrey Osotsui criticized the Cabinet Secretary for reneging on an agreed resolution that the national government will release the outstanding allocations before May 15th. He said, Professor Mr. Ndungu appeared before the committee in April and committed to releasing the funds on the agreed date. Treasury is required by law to release funds to counties by 15th of every month.
Despite the mutual agreement between the Council and National Treasury, the National Treasury is yet to disburse the pending equitable share to counties as resolved during the meeting held on 2nd May 2023. Currently, county governments are owed 94.35 billion.
We get money, but there is, because of the challenges of IFMIS, the closure of that system and timelines and everything. Remember, by the end of this month, 31st of May, we shall close down all procurement. The system closes down. You cannot procure from the
COG Finance Committee Chair Fernandez Baraza said governors met last Friday to discuss the matter and take a final decision on a possible move to stall operations in the 47 counties. We are accessing the possibility to shut down counties if the National Treasury will continue reneging on the promise for timely release of funds and ensure full absorption by counties, said Mr. Baraza.
where we had demanded that the monies from the National Treasury for the month of February, March and April, amounting to 94 billion Kenya shillings, be released. Pursuant of that shutdown notice through an extraordinary meeting.
Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga had vowed to send workers employed by the county government home should the National Treasury fail to remit funds.
It is like we want to ground the counties, even though, because we've been operating on credit, we need to pay our creditors, those that whom we owe, their contractors who have worked so hard. Our hospitals are running dry, there are no drugs, doctors, some counties are not even able to raise salary.
Reporting for Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm William Juma.